Did you know that in Mushoku Tensei, Rudeus had trouble asking Eris to marry him? After Rudeus lost against Orsted and joined him, Eris started living with Rudeus and his family on her own initiative. Even though they were living under the same roof, Rudeus found it hard to strike up a conversation with her. Eris had become very beautiful over the years and had risked her life to save him in the fight against Orsted. Rudeus had fallen for her a second time, acting like an infatuated schoolgirl unable to meet her gaze without his heart racing. Another problem was how Eris was acting. She was unusually quiet and subdued, which Rudeus didn't expect. He was expecting her to be assertive and tell him that he gets to marry her, but that wasn't the case at all. This led him to theorize that she might have become disillusioned with him due to his lack of training compared to her, his two wives, and the fact that she had arrived just in time to see him crawling through the dirt during the fight against Orsted. Nonetheless, Rudeus knew he had to talk to her, even getting told by Roxy to stop putting it off. The next day, he ended up in a lap pillow situation with Eris. This happened because they almost ran into each other while going through a door at the same time, and Rudeus reflexively felt up her chest, which earned him a quick knockout from Eris. Still half asleep, Rudeus didn't realize he was resting on Eris's lap and started groping her backside, which made him realize that this wasn't Sylphie or Roxy. To his surprise, though, Eris didn't murder him. Instead, she stroked his hair. Rudeus apologized to Eris, to which she also apologized. Eris told him that she read his letter and understood that it hadn't been easy for him after she left. Rudeus told her that it wasn't her fault, understanding that both of them had misunderstood each other. Eris then asked Rudeus if he loved his two wives and if he liked them more than her. When Rudeus said that he did like them more, her face crumpled with sadness. However, Rudeus's response was more reflexive than anything. He couldn't actually rank his feelings between the three. But because Rudeus didn't make that clear enough in that moment, Eris ended up challenging him to a duel, saying that if Rudeus won, she would leave for good, but if she won, he would have to love her too. Since Rudeus did love her, he was fine with either outcome, thinking he could just ask her to marry him if he won. The reason he didn't initially want to forfeit the duel was that he thought Eris might take it as an insult or see him as a coward. This changed, however, after he received helpful words from Ghislaine, who told him that Eris hadn't changed much in the last 5 years and that he needed to show her how he felt. This made him realize that fighting wasn't the right move. When the duel began, Rudeus just stood there, which made Eris walk over to him and ask if he wasn't going to fight. Rudeus said that if she was going to leave if he won, he'd rather lose, and he finally told her that he loved her. Eris then tapped him on the head with her sword. Unsure if Rudeus truly wanted her, Eris said all sorts of things, like how she couldn't cook like Sylphie or how she wasn't as smart as Roxy. Rudeus was already aware of these things and didn't mind them whatsoever, but with her voice trembling, Eris still told him that if he really didn't want her, she would give up on him, which gave Rudeus the feeling that Eris might have lost the duel on purpose if he had fought her seriously. Rudeus told her that it wouldn't be necessary and asked her to marry him, to which Eris gave a befitting answer, saying, "Well, if you insist, I guess I'll let you."